Boom. We're live. Here. What's up, everybody? AA. Welcome to another episode of 570 Live. Yeah. What's up, Amanda? How you doing?
I'm alright, man. I'm alright. How are you?
I just ate dinner, so I'm really full right now. I'm actually I ate 2 chicken wraps, so
Anything good?
I'm a little more stuffed than I normally am. And I'm about to drink this
Yeah.
monster, which isn't very healthy because it's like my second and a half or something. I don't know.
Oh man, I can't drink that stuff
It
no more.
really
It's
is. It
like
messes
gut
your
rot to
stomach up
me.
so bad, and I already have a bad stomach, so it's not very great for you. I don't drink soda though, so I feel like I substitute soda for just this. I drink a lot of water because I have to. Ah. Yeah. Oh, and
It's
you drink the
open a
worst
soda.
soda. You're like my girlfriend. That's all she drinks is Dr. Pepper.
It's the only soda I'll drink. I usually just drink
Mm.
coffee, but
Yeah,
I
that's
like
all she
Dr.
drinks
Pepper.
too. Like literally all she'll drink. But yeah, I wanted to first off, I wanted to ask you, how are you doing? And you can introduce yourself if people don't know you and where you work and what and all that.
All right, so my name is Amanda Scone. I work as an event coordinator for the Moon Tavern and the Moon Ballroom, which is inside the Days Inn, up on Route 6, right next to Idle Hour Lanes up there, up by the drive-in and whatnot. And I've been good, man. I mean, it's been a
Yeah.
hot minute since we talked. A lot of
Oliphant.
shit's changed. Got an almost
Yeah. Oh
8-year-old.
yeah, that's right. You had you already had your kid at that
Yeah.
time though, right? Yeah, because that was like 5 years ago. So your son had to have been
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
3? Daughter, sorry, your daughter. Yeah,
My
Bird.
daughter, my daughter. Yeah.
No, no, I
She
remember
looks like a
it's your
little boy
daughter
in a
because
lot of her
Bird
pictures.
literally just said you
Very
don't remember going to
tomboyish.
see her. We walked somewhere and I went with her to see her daughter. Remember? That's what he said to me literally last. Literally, it slipped my mind. Maybe it's because I had a boy first, so I always assume other people have had boys first.
Yeah, no, like the girls are like overrunning my family. It's crazy because I grew up with, 5 brothers, and now everybody's got girls. I've got a girl, Timmy's got a girl, John's got girls. Like, there's just so
A
many
million
girls.
girls. I do not want that much
all
girls.
these all these pretty girls. I don't know
I
what I'm
know,
gonna do
right?
as they get
Are
older.
we Let me make sure that we're running right because it looks like we froze for a second on the feed. Oh no, we didn't freeze. I'm bugging. It's just me standing still listening to you. It's a little backed up, so that's why. But yeah, what's up, Uncle Brad? I don't know why I called you Uncle Brad, bro. I really don't. He's my uncle, but I never call him uncle. It just came out that way. What up, Brad? And Christina, you know Christina, right, from high school? Christina,
I'm sure.
it
Dude,
starts
I'm
with a
horrible.
C. I know your last name, Christina. We both had our sons, um, around the same time, right? She had a boy. Jesus, man, my mind is so shot out lately. Like I really can't think anymore. I really can't. She we were both in the hospital having babies at the same time. Yeah, Castanero. That's her last name. See, I should have known that. Naturally, I would have known that. Maybe it's because I have the aspect of being live too. It's like freestyling in a way. You had a boy too, right, Christina? Yeah. She did have a boy. I'm bugging because I remember the I like the name. I can't think of the name, but I remember his name. He had a really cool name that I was like, oh, that's an awesome name. I'm about to have another boy actually.
That's cool. I'm a one and done mom. I love my daughter to death, but I give
Carter,
all the
that's his
props
name.
into the world
Yeah.
to 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 people with multiple
So
kids, man.
you just have your daughter, and you're
Not
like, are
not
you
me.
done?
I just have the one. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a
for
lot of people
sure.
like that. I don't blame you. I mean, I could see that.
Well, like, and it's not that I don't like kids. It's just I realized I liked kids a lot more when I could give them back to
Yeah,
their
I know, right? When
parents.
you have like your nieces and nephews, and you're just like, Yeah, you could just go like I can watch you and feed you sugar, and then I could just give you back to your dad, and then I don't have to deal with all that BS, all the extra stuff that comes with kids. Oh my god, my daughter is. I always talk about it. She is so extra. Like I love her to death, and I'd have it no other way. But she is so wild, like so wild. It blows my mind. I catch her on top of the piano and stuff all the time. Like we have a little kid piano. She'll like climb it, try to climb a gate. She could put her little feet in between like the
Oh my
little
God.
holes in a gate and almost get
Oh
over. I'm
yeah.
like, bro, how is that not hurting your feet?
Listen, my landlord made a custom because I got like that little two-step thing that comes down my stairs,
Yeah, I know
but it
what you
doesn't
mean.
have a railing on it. And my landlord made a custom built
Oh,
gate
that's
that
so
went
cool.
around it and latched for me. Well, it lasted all of 3 months before she figured out that she could get her little toes on the little framing of it and launch herself over it.
That's
So
funny. Oh my god.
she's ridiculous. She was a climber as soon as she started walking. I feel like she climbed before
It's
she crawled.
possible. Let me read some of these comments. Melissa said she's one and done too. Melissa O'Neill. Let's see. Let's.
Well, I think it's a little late for Melissa to start over
Yeah,
again.
he's
What's
a
her
little.
son now?
Yeah,
13,
I think
14,
she
Melissa?
said the other day he was 13. Year. What up, LJ? Speaking, we were just talking about you, LJ. All the people in Pinebrook, and I was like, oh, LJ. Rachel Petroshik's watching. What's up, Rachel? What up, Cuzzo? What up, Shane? What up, Auntie? Tommy, what up, man? Yeah, Billy Russell, what up, bro? Save the name for the birth announcement. Yeah, I'm not gonna say the name. I won't say his name because I don't want people stealing it. But let's get into actually the yeah, but
What I'm
not
here
the
for?
location, the Moon Tavern. You know, I had to mention. Yeah, that's
Okay, yeah. All right, so it's not actually in the tavern
ballroom. Yeah, I
itself.
seen
It's
that.
in the Moon Ballroom. Yeah, because the tavern's just the bar upstairs. But if anybody ever wants a good place, good music, great food, great staff, Moon Tavern. They do line dancing every Wednesday
Really?
night. They do karaoke. Yeah, they do karaoke. If you go early on Wednesday nights, they actually have classes. If you don't know how to line dance and you want to learn how to line dance, they do classes before they actually do the line dancing, which is pretty cool. Uh, and we'll be setting up events in the ballroom all summer long. We're trying to get bike nights together. We're trying to get, uh, they've done a drag show. We've got another craft event coming up in October. That's for what is that for?
Is it
Give
for
me one second
couples? Is
here.
it for couples to
I don't
paint
want
and?
to. No, it's another benefit. It's another
Mm-hmm.
type craft type show, but it's what is the name of the? Give me one second. I have it
All
saved in my
right.
phone here.
Yeah, my girlfriend was asking if she was like, oh, do they have like those events where people go, like couples go, and they like paint or do activities?
Listen, we're trying to get all sorts of stuff set up. We're
Yeah, that's
trying
what
to
she
get a
wants.
couples
That's what she
night
was
set
asking.
up. We're
That'd
trying
be
to get a ladies'
awesome.
night set up. Where we'll have makeup artists and nail designers and people come in, show you how to
Yeah,
do all that
Christina
pampering stuff at
Castanero just
home.
said that she hosts crafting events, so you guys should link.
And the one in October is called Team Mel's Family. It's a fall vendor and crafts fair that's also at the Moon Ballroom. That's been shared on the Moon Tavern website if anybody wants to go check that out on their Facebook page. Um, it's to benefit the Light the Night Walk.
No,
I don't
I'm
know if
not.
anybody's aware of what that is, but it benefits the
Mm,
Leukemia Society. So if anybody's interested in that and interested in helping out Team Mel's Family,
that's what's
that's in
up.
October. And I do believe that is a free admission event as well. It is. It is. That's a free admission event. That's in October. They've got a pumpkin contest. There'll be trick or treating, food vendors, all sorts of fun stuff for the kids and the family to come out and do
Yeah, that's
and support a
awesome.
really
For
good
real, for
cause.
real. My friend, first off, my uncle said that his niece did. That would technically be my cousin, right? My cousin did karaoke there at the Moon Tavern, and I heard from Joe Dukas, if any of y'all are aware, he was actually on the episode. He said that when he came into town, he stayed at the hotel right by there, the Days Inn, and he said that he
Yeah,
loved
yeah, they're connected.
the Moon Tavern. He's like, bro, if you have a chance, go, like, cause it's such a good time. It's great.
Absolutely. It is. The staff is great. It's a great atmosphere. You wouldn't think
Mm-hmm.
because it's in a hotel, but they have a good time there. It's always a good time there.
Oh,
They do
word.
Taco Tuesdays. I know everybody loves Taco Tuesdays, and these are not your high school
High
tacos.
school
These are
tacos.
tacos.
Well, you're talking about cooking
Tacos,
class
man.
when they
They're
would be like, you
tacos.
can only have like 3 scoops. Like, damn, chill.
It's yeah, yeah, like it's a taco, man. It's
For
supposed to be
real.
falling out the
My girl just made
sides.
taco, like a taco casserole yesterday. Oh my god, it was so good. She got it from like a Facebook video or something where you like put.
Nikki, yes, Eric is the owner of the Moon Tavern. He's the events coordinator there too. Me and him are working together to
That's
set up
awesome.
this event. If anybody else knows Eric up at the Moon Tavern and they have questions, you can ask him anything as well. We're pretty much on the same page for this. We're putting it together as a team.
Oh yeah, and Christina, it's located on the Carbondale, the Scranton Carbondale Highway by the bowling alley and the Days Inn over there. I'm pretty sure she could tell you the exact location
Uh, you know what?
or
I
pin
was
it.
about to say I
You can comment
can
it and I'll pin it.
actually I can I was about to say I can comment the event page right now. Give me 1 second. That's not what I wanted. That's what I
Yeah, I know,
wanted.
right?
I hate
And Chris,
Facebook.
we're gonna probably go on tomorrow around probably around the same time or a little bit later to do the sports talk, bro.
Ba-dum. There it is.
And Mike, I see the fundraiser you're talking about. Is that gonna be held in the same place, or you're saying just in general that you're having a fundraiser for somebody you know?
The Mel's family? No, that's the same event that's going to be in the
Mike
Moon Tavern
Bervetti?
Ballroom as well.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Um,
I don't know if you know if you guys know each other. He just commented that. I wasn't sure if he's talking about the same place. I can't. I can't say. And someone asked, "Is it handicap accessible?" My uncle asked.
it is handicap accessible. Um, you'd have to come in through the back, but we do have doors
That's
that are handicap
awesome.
accessible. Yes. Um, so about our event that's coming up in the beginning of
Yeah, I pinned
June.
it.
Uh, there we go. So it's pinned up there. This is for the artists of Northeast PA. We're not looking for any specific type of art. I've got photographers, I've got jewelry makers, I've
Clothes
got
makers, hat
sculptors.
makers,
Uh,
knitters, everything's welcome.
yeah, I want everything. I want it all. And I don't care what your art style is. We're not looking for, just pretty
Yeah,
flower photographers. If you
if you
do
do
weird, if you
grungy,
do
yeah, we accept
creepy,
everything.
if you do grungy, the only thing we're asking that is of our
No nudity.
artists is if you if you do, we're trying to keep it PG
Yeah.
13 for what you're displaying.
So you could put
Just
something
what you're
over the if
displaying.
there's
If
like a
you
nipple, say someone painted a naked person, you could put tape or something over the nipple at least for the display.
Yeah, and display the
Facts.
picture.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, absolutely. We just want to keep it. We want to keep it kid friendly because there is going to be a kids area set up, basically a little
Oh,
mini
that's awesome.
carnival. We're gonna have a can throw, a little duck pond for the little ones. I've got the where you throw the bean bags and you got to get them into the different
Yeah.
point.
Well, that's good.
poles.
Yeah, that was gonna be one of my questions. Like,
Um,
what age is like? Is there all kids are allowed, or did you have like a cutoff, like a 1 year old? Wouldn't it be good?
no, no, look, it's totally anybody's welcome. Um, excuse me, anybody's welcome. And as far as vendors go, we're accepting anybody. So if you have a kid, a cousin, who is underage,
Mm-hmm.
who's under 18, and they want to display their art, the only thing we're asking with that is the
The
parents will
paperwork.
have to fill out
Oh yeah, and
the
I
paperwork.
another question. What if
Um,
people came together? Could they like use the same table?
we are
Okay.
doing group rates. So group rates, you'll actually have to come and sit down and talk to me and Eric so we can discuss what kind of
Yeah.
space you would need, and then we
Makes
can
sense.
determine
Makes sense.
pricing that way. Um, General pricing is really good. I mean, I've been looking at a lot
Mm-hmm.
of similar events, and I believe our vendor pricings are extremely fair. We're asking $20 for a 10 by 10 space to display, $30 for a 10 by 20, and then if you need power for your area, that's an
So
additional $10. We do want, like, if you can create at this event, we want you to create. So if you're a painter and you can set up to paint, we want you to do that. If you're uh, you make beaded jewelry and you can do that while you're sitting at the event selling, we want you to do that. We want you to be able to work and display and sell, and this is all
that's
about the
great.
artists.
We need something like this in the area.
Um, and we are still accepting artists who want to display. They can contact me for the pre-registration form. Within the next week or so, I'll have the actual registration, my floor plan, all that fun stuff. And if you pre-register, you'll be on the email list, and you'll just get it in an email. Otherwise, you'll have
Yeah.
to do it all
So it'll
after
be
the
easier to
fact.
do that, everyone. So if you plan on trying to go there and you want to display art, you're better off just clicking the link, or after this is over, clicking her name. She's tagged in this, but I could also comment her name, but she commented all, as well in there, so you could just click her name and message her directly. Um, Let me see. Oh yeah, you said something about food being there. Now, is the food free, or are people gonna have to pay for the food?
No, the food is not free. It'll be paid food, paid drinks. There'll be both alcoholic and non-alcoholic
Oh, cool.
beverages available from the tavern. All the food that's going to be available will be cooked
Okay.
by the bar, and it's not bar food. It's
Yeah,
good
that's what I
food.
was told
It's
too.
good food. Um, um, so there'll be paid food and drinks there. We're doing a basket raffle. We're still accepting donations for that. So if anybody's, thrifty at making baskets for donations, we're accepting donations for baskets for the raffle.
Hey, if any
Um,
tattoo artist I know wants to raffle something for her, you know what I mean? Hit her up, because I know some people that'll give you like
we're at, we're
money off of a tattoo and
we're
stuff.
also looking
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
we're also looking for I'm looking for somebody who does face painting and somebody who does balloon animals for the kids section. Um, we would waive the vendor fee for them, and they would be able to set up a tip cup for themselves
Oh, that's what's
for
up.
doing that. Um, but and if anybody does do face painting or balloon animals and wants to reach out to me about that, feel free to do
All
so.
right. So let me see. What other questions do I have for you? Is there any specific artists that you know that are gonna be there?
We have the lovely, lovely Miss Audrey Nicole of Amplifying Canvas. She'll be there at the event with her
Mm.
photography. Uh, got a couple of people who sell on Eastay. Actually, I could pull this up right here. the gentleman who does the NEPA drone camera. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with him. He takes pictures of like the Peckville Christmas house and the parades and stuff like that with his drone camera. Uh, he's interested in the event, so he may be there as well. We've got a sculptor, we've got some jewelry makers, we've got painters, photographers. I would love to get somebody who does metalworking or
Yeah.
wire wrapping in there. Even somebody who does something a little bit more extreme, like blade making. I know that's been picking up in popularity since Forged in Fire came out. Everybody wants to try their hand at bladesmithing now. So if somebody has a knack for that and they want to show their blades, that's welcome. Uh, Literally nothing is off limits for this event. As long as you create it, we want you there. And this isn't just Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, the entire Northeast PA area, Lackawanna, Luzerne, this
Any
whole
PA in
upper
general.
region here. Yeah, any PA in general.
That's what's up.
And even if you know somebody who, maybe they moved to New Jersey or New York or whatever, but they're from this area and you think they might be interested, send them my way. Because New York's,
Yeah.
what, 2 hour drive?
Yeah, Christina said that she knows some
Same with
people that she can
Jersey.
send your way, so she has like her own craft page on Facebook too.
That's awesome. And if anybody, the event
Yeah, it's
link
pinned.
also has a link. If you go to the event page, there's also a group page that you could follow and join. Posting all the updates for the events on the group page as well as the event page. And I'm hoping if this goes off well that we can
Yeah,
turn
that's what I
this
was gonna
into
ask
something
too.
annual.
See if like you guys were gonna be able like
Um,
if it was gonna be something like that, like it was gonna be a consistent thing that keeps happening.
I would like to make it an annual, beginning of summer, because especially for
Yeah.
our local photographers, this is a great time for them because you got
Yeah.
graduation pictures, senior pictures,
Yeah, there's money to be
wedding
made for them for
season.
sure.
There's money to be made for them for sure. Um, and of course, late
Yeah.
Mother's Day present, early Father's Day gift, stuff like that.
Excuse me.
Uh,
Yeah.
so I think we covered the basics. It's an all ages show. The vendor
Yeah, for
event
sure.
fees are very reasonable. They're also posted. Um, and
The location, it's all
the
ages,
location,
but you want to keep
it's
things
all
PG
ages.
13, so like no nudity or super probably gory things like no brains on.
Yeah, and we're also asking, if you do like screen printing for shirts and stuff or custom hats and stuff like that. Again, this is a family event, so we're trying to keep it as
Yeah.
apolitical as possible. We don't want like fuck Trump t-shirts or let's go Brandon t-shirts
Yeah,
or
definitely not.
we don't want it for either side. We want to keep this
Neutral.
friendly and polite and fun and exactly and neutral. We want this to be about the
Exactly. We're all
artists, not about
independents
anything
anyway in our
else.
grade.
Yeah, that's
For
because we
real.
had
They were
decent
like, don't
civics
pick a
teachers.
side because it doesn't matter. You're going to like somebody on the other side. You are. You already know you will eventually because it's not about that. Politics is based on.
Listen, I was gonna vote for Cusick in
Mm,
2020,
man.
and he was a Republican, but I
Yeah, I
liked the
hear
way he
that. See,
thought. So,
hmm, I don't know. I wanted Bernie to win personally. And then when Joe got.
well, I wanted Bernie to win too, but I knew
Yeah,
that was a
because he
shot
couldn't
in the
even.
dark with a.
They wouldn't even let him. They wouldn't let him for primaries even like be able to. I forget the name. I can't. He couldn't even qualify for the primaries because of him being a
He,
registered independent, because he wasn't one of the major parties. He had no
yep.
shot.
Yep. Well, I mean that whole thing is all crazy.
Yeah.
You gotta be
Plus, you already
registered
know
with the
he wasn't the
DNC or the
Democrats' guy.
RNC
They
to.
wanted Biden. That was their guy.
Well,
Facts,
same thing
exactly.
with Hillary. So that
Yeah, we
is
don't have
what
to
it
talk about
is.
that.
Um,
Is that super controversial?
yeah,
But
it's
yeah.
not.
What else was I gonna say? So you want to try to make it annually, and it'll probably depend on how this goes. So if this goes well, then I'm pretty sure your bosses and everybody there will be very satisfied and happy, and be like, yes, we could do this. Maybe even another one this year. You never know.
Yeah. Um, Another thing that I didn't mention, a portion of the proceeds are going to go to lunar
Oh
tides.
shit. Sorry.
Um, that
Oh,
is
that's what's
Eric's
up.
nonprofit. So a portion of all the proceeds that go to that after our vendor costs and
Damn,
our
he
venue
like the
costs are covered.
owner likes moon stuff, huh? That's my guy. I gotta
Yeah,
meet
yeah.
him.
Well, if
Hmm.
you ever go into the bar, make sure you look around
Oh,
because there's
really?
aliens
Oh,
everywhere.
that's freaking awesome. I gotta
Really,
go there.
uh, they're everywhere, and sometimes like you notice new ones that you're like, oh, is that a new alien or was that there this whole time? So I mean, it's definitely a cool,
Yeah.
chill place to hang out and
With
just
good
have a
food.
good
Oh
time.
yeah.
Um,
Is there gonna be
with
music? I
good
don't know if I
food.
asked that. Is there gonna be any music being played?
Uh, for right now, we're just gonna
Hmm.
have a PA system going. Um, but again, if any
Yes,
musicians,
that's
because that
very
is
big.
art
And I
too,
know that there's some musicians that watch this.
if there's any musicians who would be interested in setting up, we could discuss that. Um, and that'd be great because everybody loves live music, and if we can support our local music scene as well as our local art scene, that just
Exactly.
makes it that much better. Um, and I would love to be able to throw somebody's name out there
Yeah,
and
this
say, hey,
person.
we have, you know, XYZ performing at the event from X time to Y time, and then we have XYZ performing to, you know, A time to B time. That'd be fantastic. I would love to be able to do something like that
Now, when's
for a
the
local
event
musician.
exactly? The date?
The event is June 5th, and it's from 2 to 6 p.m. So it's only a 4-hour event. We're trying to keep it short. That way, if you do got the little ones, they don't get
Yeah, for sure.
overwhelmed and overwrought. Uh, Hopefully, if we can get it bigger next year, we'll have it a little bit longer. Uh,
It's the
but again,
first. Yeah.
we want this. Yeah, we want this one to go off smooth and get a lot of people in, get a lot of artists in. Um, you'll if you're in the Lackawanna County area, you'll be seeing flyers popping up for it all over the place soon. As soon as those hit my hands, I will be hitting the streets and throwing them up in gas stations and grocery stores and telephone poles and anywhere
Definitely.
else that'll let me stick one in their window. So keep an eye out for those, and you won't be able to miss them. They're very bright signs. I can't share it with you yet because I don't have permission from my printer yet. But once they're ready, they're going to be hard to miss. Um, so keep your eyes out, especially around. I'm hoping to get them to me before Friday because, as we all know, Friday is First Friday in downtown Scranton, and I
What do
would
they
love
do
to have
then?
the
What's that for?
flyers
First
up.
Friday.
First Friday, it's a bunch of local shops
Hmm.
in downtown Scranton. Um, it's basically to get business into downtown Scranton to all those little shops that opened up down there
Yeah.
after they did all that remodeling. There's a couple of really great art venues down there. Of course, there's Northern Lights Coffee. There's a couple other coffee shops and bars that have popped up in the area. Um, so it's
Yeah.
basically just a fun reason to get out and wander around
Yeah,
downtown
and we
and
know we
check
need
out the
it since
local
COVID. Ever
businesses.
since COVID, everything downtown hasn't been the same. I mean, it was already down. It was already on a downslope. So when COVID hit, it was just like no one's ever there anymore. But it's starting to come back alive, which is great because we grew up with the mall being like so big in our lives. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think that's a big thing too, is they got rid of all the
Yep.
places for the kids to
You
hang out.
need you need
You
teenagers
can't, you
around
know,
your stuff because teenagers, even though half of them are bad and might loiter and do something, but when something's cool, then there's gonna be people there. You know what I mean? But it's weird.
exactly. I mean, Tinks did really well when we were kids because they did a lot of all ages shows. That's why Tinks blew
Exactly.
up so big when it was
Yeah, what
when
was
it
the name of
was
that
Tinks.
coffee shop that was around the corner that became a recording studio? I was just trying to talk about that with somebody, my last guest. You know what I'm talking about? It was an all age, it was a cafe. It was around the corner from the bars down there. I can't think of the street, but it was a cafe and like they had rock bands there. That's the first place I ever performed. I can't think of the name. My brother might remember the name. B, do you remember the name? Yo, Pun, you might remember the name too. You performed there with me, so I can't think of it though. It was like a big venue downtown. I've been trying to think of the name and I've drawn blanks for it, but yeah. So there's gonna be a lot of flyers up, so it'll remind people of it, and I'll try my best for you to post it on my page here and there and mention it before it comes up, so I can help you out there.
Christina, that's exactly why we don't want any political stuff there, so we don't have to listen to people bitch that we're not
Exactly, and it's not
supporting
about
their
that.
politician.
Yeah, let's talk
We don't want to, like I said, we want to make this as family friendly as possible. We don't want any drama.
for
Um,
real.
and of course, I don't want any of my vendors being given a hard time because they've got something that, again, I don't care if you bring it. I don't care if you maybe put a little sticker or piece of paper out on your booth that says you have them. We just don't want them displayed. So we don't
Yeah,
have to
for
listen to
real.
people crab at us. And again, PG-13. So like, if you got
F
shirts
that
that
guy.
say
Yeah.
fuck or yeah, do something like that, just
Just
put up a sign that you have them,
yeah,
not
explicit
putting them out on
T-shirts.
display. You know, yeah, just put up a little sign that says explicit t-shirts available,
Yeah, for
just
real.
ask.
Oh yeah, and the name of that place was called the Vintage Theater. I don't know if you've ever been there. Yeah.
I was not, but I have heard about it.
Yeah, from back in the day, it was like the first place they ever let like all of us perform and stuff like that. It's really good for like the younger ones, like because I was 17, 16 when I made music, so yeah, I just wanted to get it out there because I was been talking about it, but I couldn't think of the name for the past couple of shows or whatnot.
And that's another thing, that's part of the reason I brought up, the teenagers, because a lot of people think, as a teenager, we were all there not too long ago. It feels like a long time ago,
Right.
but it really wasn't that long ago. As a teenager, when you're creating any kind of art, you always kind of have that self doubt. Well, is it good enough? And I think this would be a great opportunity
Definitely.
for young artists or, artists who have never sold their stuff to be able to put it on display and have people go, wow, that's really good, man. Like, you should keep doing
For
this. So you
real.
should push towards this. Because I knew a lot of really talented kids in high school who didn't get that push and they were pushed towards academia
Yeah.
and,
I was an art major. I
you
know.
know,
I understand. For real. Bender show had a pure romance in the Benders. Oh God, yeah, no dildos. You see Christina's comment? Definitely none of those.
I mean, if they're custom made,
Yeah, that's true. And they can't tell. You know what I mean? The kids wouldn't even know that they were that. As long as they don't look like one,
I
I'd
mean,
assume.
but I mean, again, for a ladies' night, we could use a vendor like that
that makes a lot of sense.
because, it's all
Yeah.
about the ladies and sometimes
So you
ladies need a little
with
help.
with like the ladies thing, that's not official, right? That's not set in stone.
That's not official. We're still trying to because you got to be careful with stuff like that just because of all
Yeah.
this PC craziness. So we're gonna have to dress it up as like a mom's
Oh my
pampering night or
god,
something
that's
like
so
that.
horrible that you can't just be a, you know what I'm saying, that you
Uh,
can't just say it's a woman's night because of it's not political correct because of you know why, but
well, Eric actually had a really good idea
that
of
makes
calling it
sense
skirt night,
because you know,
and then if any
in a
guy
skirt.
shows up and he's got enough security in his masculinity to show up in a skirt, we'll let him in.
Amen to that.
Um, but we're still in the works on that. We're still in the works on the couples nights. What we're trying to do is we're trying to make the Moon Ballroom the place to have your event. That's what we want to do. We
I
want
want
people to say, "Oh,
oh
well, I need a setup for this place." Oh, well, contact
oh
Amanda at
okay.
Moon Tavern
Okay,
or
so
Eric
you're
at Moon
saying that you
Tavern.
guys want to you want to pretty much make this a place where you're gonna rent it out for other people. So if somebody wants to have a birthday party
Yep,
there,
yep.
they can. Oh,
Yeah, and there's different areas. There's the bar area. There's a
oh, cool.
small dining area that would be great for birthday parties. There's the ballroom, which is,
Yeah, that's what I was
you
gonna
could set
say.
up a wedding in
Weddings
there, a
definitely could happen
graduation
there.
party. If you're a scout leader and you need a place for your scouts, school events, anything like that, we're willing to work with anybody who needs a venue for whatever kind of event they're putting off. Um, we're also trying to get some shows in there. Uh, some local bands.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me. Uh, to actually perform and sell tickets to their own shows and you know have an actual concert there. Uh, and it's a pretty decent sized venue. Like I said, they've already had a drag show there. Uh, and if any, I'll say more mellow bands, somebody who's doing like classic rock covers or country covers or something like that, or even, their own soft rock music or anything like that, they can talk to Eric about performing upstairs in the bar. Because they have to up in the bar because it's right there with the hotel. They kind of got to keep
Yeah, I
that
have
to
a
like a
I have
calm
a
kind of
friend that
mellow
does like
sort of
cover
music.
bands and stuff like that. So maybe you probably remember him from high school. I don't know if you know him, Robbie. Robbie does stuff like that, Cutney.
Robbie,
He was
sure, if I
super
seen the name
punk
sounds
like
super familiar,
in
I'm
high
sure.
school. Super.
Oh, yeah, then I'm sure.
For
Those were
sure.
my people.
But yeah, I really thank you for coming on and
I can't even say that. I didn't have people in high school because I hung out with like you guys and John Bird, and then I hung out with like
yeah,
the skater
we're
kids,
nomads.
and then I hung out with like, the
I'm a
punk
nomad. I hung out with
kids.
everybody who knew me. Like I didn't have a specific. I hung out with literally everybody. The popular kids, John Bird, the rock kids, the rappers, the
I,
basketballers.
that's nice. You're so nice to John. Be nice to my brother.
Yeah, shout out to Bird. I didn't see him watching. Unfortunately, he's probably gonna have to watch it later. My daughter's out there screaming like she's being hurt. She's something else. Probably tub time. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I appreciate you definitely coming on, and I'm happy to support something like this because this is the first time I've actually gotten the chance to really support something local. Like, yeah, everything else is like local music, but this is an actual place with an actual event where it's not one person, it's not one thing, it's not a specific genre, it's everything, and everyone could come together and watch and go and watch and look at the art or display their art or even make some money. So
Yeah, and again, this is an artist centric event. And any kind of art that you could think of, I would like to display it. quilt, again, quilt makers, wood makers, jewelry makers. If you can think of it as an art form, we would love for you to get
What
in
about
touch with
tattoo
me or get in
artists?
touch with Eric. Uh, because of
Yeah.
the event venue, tattoo artists have to be
So
approved
they
by
can as long as
Eric,
Eric approves them.
but we are,
Oh.
yes. So they would have to I can actually tag him down here in the comments. So if anybody would like to talk about setting up a tattoo
That would
booth
be
at the
awesome.
venue, this gentleman is the fella you want to talk to. Just commented.
I wish I could pin them both.
Um, Brad asked if there's theater groups. That's a good question, Brad. I don't know how we would set that up as a vendor, but we could try and work something out. I don't see why not. I mean, it's an art
For sure.
form. Acting is art. Um, that'd be interesting to see how you would want to set that up. I'd be
Yeah,
really
for real.
interested to see, a performing art group, especially since, I don't know how the theater kids
Yeah.
did it in high school. I went to go when they did working. I went to go see them do working, and I give total props to the stagehands and the actors and actresses who did that all through high school. Because you got, I don't know if anybody remembers Steven Saka. He's the only person I can remember who was actually in the theater club.
Mm.
But I watched him go from three different outfits in a matter of like 15 minutes, and that's crazy.
Yeah,
Like
for
you
real.
got to be quick with it, and that's talent. And you're like firefighters back there changing gear.
Yeah. My sisters all did stuff like that in school. And theater, like, and my sister went to the U for a little bit. She did theater. Well, no, I think she did theater up in Music, I want to say. There was like this little church out there that they used to do theater. But yeah, I'm really happy that. Oh, someone said, or Christina said, she has tarot card reader and a Reiki healing vendors. If that's something you'd be interested in.
For sure. For
Yeah, I
sure.
know I know a
Um,
couple tattoo artists, George Kramer, Queen City Ink up in Elephant. You ever?
I've
Mm-hmm.
been talking to Cassandra a lot, and I know Eric's been talking to Consuela, so that may be somebody who is
Awesome.
at the event.
Shout out to Cassie and Queen City Ink.
And I do, yeah. Shout out to Cassie. She even
Yeah,
tagged.
she
I'm
isn't
gonna
tagged.
tag her.
I haven't seen her in a little bit, but she already knows it's all love. I want to get her up here eventually.
I actually I spent yesterday picking dandelions for her. I brought her, like the.
She don't live in the same place, I heard, right? She don't live upstairs from it anymore, right?
No, but she's not that far from it.
Yeah.
I dropped it off at the shop.
Shout out to there, man. For real. I some good memories there. I lived there, pretty much lived there for like a good half a year or so back in my younger days when me and my girlfriend first got together. Yeah, Cassie was a big help at the around the, like for real. I was gonna learn how to tattoo and stuff like that, but I don't know. She always says it's open for me if I ever want to. I kind of just want to get the tattoos anymore. I don't know. But yeah, shout out to them, and I hope she can. I hope she's there because if any tattoo place need, you know what I mean?
Well, they did. I'm also part of a nonprofit. I'm part of a veterans organization, the American Legion, Unit 665 in Dixon City, and we did a pig roast. I want to
Hmm.
say 2019 before
Yeah,
Corona shut everything down, and Queen City came out and did flash
that's
tattoos for
awesome.
our event. So I've worked with them before, so they're all great there. Everybody at the shop is fantastic. Good
Yeah,
people,
half
talented
my arms are done by
artists,
their tattoo
and
artists, either Cassie or what's his
that's
name with the glasses?
I'm horrible. I know
Yeah, yeah.
Cassie because I
Cassie did
talked to her
most
on
of them, but
Facebook.
I got a few. I got my back tat, and then he fixed a couple. He fixed one on my arm for me. I think that might be it. Cassie pretty much did all the rest.
When when I get around to it, I'm gonna have Cassie fix this friggin' demented lobster I have on my leg that was
Oh my,
supposed
you're
to
a
be a
Scorpio,
scorpion.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's not a scorpion, it's a demented lobster. I'm not
Oh
even gonna
man, I
show
know
you
how
because
that
it's so
feels. I've had
embarrassing.
this tattoo right here. I'm sure you kind of, no, which way? That way. It was horrible before he did it. It used to look so bad. Now you can actually see that it says loyalty. It's still a little messed up, still needs a little bit more work, but it hurt so bad because the first person scarred me. So I had to get that done again. I'm getting like bricks put behind it, but I am really dreading that. Oh my god.
Well, I think part of the reason my leg tattoo turned out so bad was because it was a party. Somebody had a tattoo gun. Said, "Oh yeah, I know how to tattoo," and the kid could draw. I mean, he could draw like crazy. So I figured, why
Yeah,
not?
my friend said I talk like we're 1,000 years old now. Like back in our
Yeah.
day, that's funny.
But it
It really
feels so
does.
long. Like, it's not even that it feels so long ago. I think that just so much about our
Very
area
much.
has changed from the time that we were kids to now. Like, we had stuff to
Yeah,
do when we were kids. We could go to the mall, we could go to the ice box, we could go
yeah,
to that gaming place. There was stuff for kids to do in Scranton, and now there's
yeah.
nothing.
Unfortunately, they knocked all the basketball hoops down. There's no place for teenagers really to go, and I wonder why kids are getting in trouble. There's nothing for them to do, or they're sitting home all day and being unhealthy.
But get in trouble. Yeah, it's
Then COVID
horrible. It's
happened. That
horrible.
was before COVID.
And that's yeah, but that's something else I'd really like to be able to do is get more all ages events going.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
because the
Yeah.
kids do need something to do.
I always say the kids who are now are our future, so we have to invest in them and actually make them feel like they're important because I felt like when we came up, we were like treated like we weren't important, like we weren't the future. And now that we're going to be the people that are making decisions, we're like some of us are like I didn't prepare for this. I was made to think that I wasn't going to be relevant. But we are. Everyone's relevant and
Christina, that's over a decade ago that we graduated.
literally
It's a long time.
what 2011. So it was exactly no, what the crap?
Listen, June 6th was our
Oh
graduation
shit.
date.
So wait.
Just so y'all know. June June 6th, 2011. So the day after my event will officially be 11
Yeah,
years since we all graduated.
was there a 10-year anniversary for school? I don't know. Did you?
I
Oh,
thought
I
they
don't
did
know.
those at
Damn,
like
I'm not I
20.
don't plan on being here. So I think I'm going to be in Texas or something by then. Hopefully I'm retired with my kids doing something. I love like I'll always come back, but I if this area don't change, I can't raise my kids here to not succeed.
Yeah, but the only way this area is going to change is if,
The money comes through.
our parents are, well, not even just the money. Our parents aren't going to do anything. They've got their places. Their
Yeah,
places have been here forever. Our grandparents aren't going to do anything. They're all retiring and moving to Florida and Nevada
Texas,
and
yeah.
warmer climates. It's up to our generation. It's up to us, 30, 40 somethings to make something
I
of
ain't
this
30
area. Or
yet,
you're absolutely right. It's just
but yeah, I know what you mean.
almost only counts in
Nah, I'm only
horseshoes and hand
28
grenades,
still.
Victor.
I'm still only 28.
No, I hit dirty 30
Whew.
this year in November.
Yeah, someone else I know that we graduated with turned 30 just yesterday, I believe. Deborah. Shout out to Deborah. Happy birthday, belated birthday. Yeah, Debbie
Ah,
Cupcakes,
Debbie!
or Deborah as I called her. Still call her. She has mine. She's she's pretty much she's family. She dated my cousin for a long time, and now she dates someone that was a friend of my family's for a long time, Timmy. So shout out to them.
Well, her and Corey
Yeah,
were
so she's
together
pretty
for a
much my
hot minute,
family.
weren't they?
So they have a kid together that, CJ, Corey Jr.
My goodness, poor
He
her.
looks just like both of them. Like it's
A
kind of
little Corey.
creepy. It's like he has both of their characteristics, and it's just like, what the hell?
Listen, I had a kid and she looks like my little
Yeah,
brother. I don't know
my
how that
sister's
one
kids look like me,
happened.
so
She's blonde. She's
that's
blonde haired and
crazy.
blue eyed
You're
and
not blue eyed,
pale,
are you?
and
Oh, you are blue eyed. Oh, yeah, you're right.
I am blue eyed, but her
Oh,
eyes are
okay.
much brighter than mine. I have
Oh,
like deep blue eyes. She's got like pools of
oh,
sky
yeah. I'm
stuck in her
super brown
face.
eyed, and my kids are all like I'm like black. Pretty much my eyes are black. My kids came out the same way because my girlfriend's eyes are black too, pretty much. So poor kids, they don't have no color in their eye.
Well, I don't know if he's watching, but my older brother John, when we were real young, until our little brother Richard was born, actually made me
Oh
believe
my
I was
god.
adopted. Because when they started doing those stupid pundit squares in school and they were
Yeah.
talking about genetics, they told John that it wasn't possible for a person with brown eyes and a person with hazel eyes
Oh
to
my
have a
god.
blue
Who
eyed
told him
baby.
that? Why would they tell him that? Why?
The
It's
teachers, his
it's I
teachers
could have a
told him
blue-eyed
that.
kid. It's just a recessive gene. You know what I mean? If they taught him anything about biology.
Well, I have three blue eyed
Yeah, exactly.
grandparents.
So it was your parents' recessive genes.
Yeah, well, I didn't know anything
Yeah.
about that because I
He took a
wasn't even
piece
in
of it
school
and
yet.
and ran off with it and told it his own way.
Yeah, and
Can't
told
be
me I was
you.
adopted, and
That
I
can't be
believed
your
it until
parents,
my little
bro.
brother was
I'm
born.
like, what? What? That's messed up.
And I was like, I know he's their kid. Mom, I saw mom pregnant with him. I know that's their baby.
That's so messed up. But yeah, let me get ready to say bye to everybody. Shout out to everyone who tuned in today. We had actually like this is probably we had like 16, 17, 18 people watching live, so I appreciate you guys. I know we're going to get a lot like more views later, but we actually like people came out to see this. A lot of people supported this, so definitely like for real people supported this.
And
Yeah,
share it up.
share
I'd love
guys.
to get the word out as much as possible. Share the event, share the group page, share it all,
For real.
share it up. Get it out there. And just let anybody know that if they have questions,
Or
they can
Eric.
contact me. I'm willing to answer any kind or Eric. We're willing to answer any questions
Yeah.
anybody has. Uh, if anybody is interested in any of the other events I talked about that we're trying to set up, our bike nights, our ladies' night,
Yeah.
uh, our couples' night, anything like that, also feel free to contact me and bounce your ideas off me for what you'd like to do, what anything like that, because we're just trying to get this all up off the ground right now, and it'd be great to have local
Supporting and
people
coming
supporting and coming and showing up and being
and spending
vendors
their
and
money.
getting their names out there.
I'm just playing.
Oh, I
Yeah.
mean, I want them to spend their
Yeah, for
money on
sure.
on my
We need
artists.
we need to
I
bring
want
some
them to buy
lucrative
art,
uh, business around.
buy art,
Yeah,
sell art, come be artists and see
for real.
artists and do
But
art,
yeah, thank you for
be
coming on,
part of
Amanda. I
the
really
art.
appreciate it.
No, absolutely, man. And I'll if we get this off the ground, I hope to come
That's
back to
that
talk
was gonna
about
be the
some
next
other
thing I was
events
gonna
that we'll be
say.
doing.
Hopefully, I think that it will do well because a lot of people don't have things to look forward to, and this is something that they can look forward to, where they don't have to feel like it's something very specific. Yes, it's all art, but there's so much different forms of art. So this is going to be great for the area because no one has to feel like they can't be themselves or they have to do something different. You know what I mean? They could just come and bring something how as
Yeah.
is and
Uh, I like how I worded it when I put up the original
oh,
post.
go
I'm
ahead.
actually going to read it off because it's quite perfect for what I'm looking for. If it'll show up. Oh, stop it.
I
Weird
know,
seeing
right?
myself on Facebook. Alrighty. So, where is. Okay. So, I would like to see the traditional and the surreal, the elegant and the exotic, the precious and the precarious side by side. I want to see it all. I don't. There's no
Spoken like a true
limits.
poet.
There's no
Poet, not poist.
poet.
Poet, yeah.
Yeah, poet. Yeah, I'm not a poet.
Yeah. Yeah, very well worded.
Uh, but we want to see it all. I want to see it all. Um, anything, any kind of photography, any kind of painting, crafting. You know, you crochet, you make quilts.
Wicker.
You know, you carve you wicker, you carve little figurines out of pieces of wood. Whatever you do, I want to see it, man. I want it out there. I want people to be able to see your work. And I want you to be able to get it out there and sell it and have it be appreciated
For
and
sure.
you know. And then if anybody does sign up to be a vendor, I encourage you to post your artwork on the group page so people can see what they can look
Yeah.
forward to at the event.
Yeah, sounds good.
So,
I'm excited for you. I'm excited for it. June 5th, guys. And it's what? 4 p.m. to 2 to 6, sorry. I was gonna say
2 to
6.
6.
4 to 6. I'm getting ready to get off now. But I shall see everybody. What? Mwah. I
Oh,
love
baby,
you.
baby.
Night night. I love you. She's looking for the camera already. I love you. Good night, Angel. I'll come say good night to you again after. Alrighty. I appreciate you.
All right, I gotta go wrangle my little one too, because it's time to take the
Yep,
tablet away and start winding her
That's my
down
son
before
next.
she gotta go to
There we
bed.
go. Alrighty. I appreciate you so much.
So, time to go wrangle the herds.
Yes.
Have a good night,
You
everybody.
just watched episode 14 of 570 Live. Thank you, everybody, and see you again soon. Peace.